Resume. Now we're ready to go. Okay, listen, thank God I'm better at social media than I am at this kind of technology. Let me put my eyes on so I can hear you. I had to Google that shit. Yeah, thank God, right? For YouTube. Okay, my name is Kim Ward. Welcome. I've been building a home-based business for 6 years, and this is officially my very first webinar. I swear to God, isn't that insane? Welcome. I am going to share with you today how to grow and why to grow your business using social media. The cool thing is I know a lot about social media, all the do's, all the don'ts, all the what has been, what's coming, what's new, where do I go, all the overwhelming stuff. I'm going to help you condense that, right? I'm going to help you understand why and how social, and I'm going to pray that I can change my slides properly and accordingly. So we're going to go fast. We're going to go hard. You let me know what questions you have. Leave a comment for me. I'll be watching the chat. The cool thing is I've set myself free with social media. Legit, I've set myself free. During a pandemic, right? 2020 kicked off and life was hell for a lot of people. I got myself straight real quick. I learned what to do, what not to do, how to condense time and collapse my learning curve. And beautifully, what happened is in just those first 4 months from 2020, I created over $64,000 just from my personal Facebook profile alone. No paid ads, right? No other platform. I just learned the skills. And if you're in my Facebook group, Creating Confidence for Driven Entrepreneurs, I did upload a daily method of operation, a DMO for you. I want you to use that. I want you to go through it. Now today, I've created a 6-figure business. I'm a solopreneur. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I fully retired my husband. I'm a global coach and trainer, both for myself and the world's largest attraction marketing platform. I'm not telling you these things to impress you. I'm telling you these things so that you know as we go through this presentation, you're in good hands. So I don't know how to change my slides. Give me 1 second. Ooh, are we good? Welcome to the workshop, right? Growing your business through social media. Let's get started. Billions, and I mean billions with a B, of people visit social media websites every single day. Every single day. Facebook currently has over 2 billion daily active users. So I laugh when people say, oh, Facebook is dead. Facebook is not dead. If you think that, you're doing something wrong. My job is to teach you how to do it right. YouTube, that's a very long-term growth strategy. YouTube is one of my favorite platforms to teach. So if you're looking to grow a YouTube channel, let's do it. Let's do it. But there's almost 2 billion active users. Instagram has 1 billion. Twitter has 330 million. LinkedIn has 303 million. And Pinterest has 250 million. I'm talking with a Pinterest expert later tonight to bring all of those goods to you if you're interested in Pinterest, because that is what's called a search engine. All right. So we're thinking long-term longevity. How do we get your links and your material and your websites and your freebies out there so that it works in your favor 24/7 around the clock without you having to be present? That's what I'm going to share with you. All right. Why are all these statistics about social media users? Why is there so many, right? Oh my gosh, we're bored with that. Let's just get to the goods. Well, there's a staggering number of people every freaking day on social media. Now we've got TikTok, right? I have enrolled cold market people from Snapchat. But you don't even think about Snapchat. What's Snapchat? Oh, I didn't think about that for my business. It doesn't matter what the platform is. It is a very, very, very powerful way to grow your business. Social media allows you to attract new customers. If you're global, right? there's no time difference when it comes to social media. It's 24/7. So if you're sleeping, you can be generating leads while you sleep. You can connect with audiences that you would have never ever known without social, because you're tied to like a geographic, or demographic area with that brick and mortar business, or with the offline belly to belly type of stuff. I know a lot of people who are still doing belly to belly networking, and they're at the BNIs and they're speaking. That's great. That's great. If your business isn't location dependent, you can reach customers that are thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of miles away. I introduced myself as a global coach. I currently have clients in the Cayman Islands, Australia, Scotland, Nigeria, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii. I know I'm missing more. I know I'm missing some. So you can be reached around the clock and with an endless location, deliverability through social media. You don't have to rely on local customers. So by posting on social, you can attract customers and clients from other countries. You're going to get your brand in front of a vast audience. You need to be posting consistently. That allows you to build a brand that separates you from the crowd. And Kentucky, but that counts as the US, Mona, although you probably feel like you're in a foreign land sometime. You have the ability to establish yourself as a thought leader in your industry by regularly posting new, insightful content. All right. I know that social can feel overwhelming. There's so much here. This raises some important questions. I'm sure you have them going through your head today, right now, yesterday, every day. What's the best platform to use? Let me ask you. You drop a comment here and you let me know what you think is the best platform to use. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Let me know. What tactics should you use? Whitefire and Tina and Karen, bingo, bingo, bingo. You guys totally passed that test. It's the one that you use. It's the one that you decide to use consistently. It is the platform where your audience is. There is not one size fits all. When I work with clients, I don't say you have to go build on Facebook because that's what I teach. Where is your audience? What language do they speak, right? You might grow better on LinkedIn than on Facebook. You might like video marketing and attract more people through TikTok than Pinterest. There's no wrong, there's no right answer. The right answer is what you just came up with, right? Other questions you're thinking are here. I'm not going to read them to you, right? You're big people. So many business owners, my job is to help solopreneurs and small businesses. That's my job. I want you to think, if you can post on social, be consistent, and show up, you'll be successful. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. I'm so sad to tell you. In order to build your business through social media, you have to have a strategy in place. And that's where a lot of people fall short. Most of the time as a solopreneur or small business, time is precious, right? But we don't have enough of it. So what we do is we find that we are just throwing something up just to say that we did it, just to get it done, rather than having that strategic, well thought out process, because there's not enough time to create that. You need to know where you're going to post. You need to know what you're going to post. You need to know how often you're going to post. And on top of that, you need a plan to engage with your audience. It's not enough to post across all of the social networks. I'm going to post on TikTok this morning, and I'm going to repurpose that to Instagram, and then I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. Without a definitive plan on how you're going to use social, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. You're not. If you have a plan, you're going to quickly find yourself building an audience. Many of you are kind of around the same circles as I am, And we use a strategy called BES, build, engage, and sell. Another group of you are here. We learned the money mountain. And those are the tasks that you should be doing in each phase of business. Not all phases, not all platforms, not all businesses are made equally. So in our time together during this webinar, you're going to discover an effective step-by-step social media strategy for your business. Okay. I'm going to guide you through the what, the why, the how, so that by the end of this, you have a firm plan of attack. Are you ready? Are you ready for that? Number one, I need you to choose your platform. And Mona said she's going to conquer the Facebook monster first. Smart. That's what I did. There are pros and cons to every single platform. Facebook is one of those platforms where it does require you a little bit more than the others to trade time for money. You have to be actively networking. You have to be creating content that speaks to you as the person, as well as you, the professional, right? Instagram and TikTok are more very, very niche specific, where you can target your audience by using hashtags and keywords. Same thing with Pinterest and YouTube, right? Very, very strategic. Choose your platform. The first and the most important step is to choose the primary platform that you're going to focus on. Instead of trying to focus on every single social platform out there, please focus on the one or two that will have the most impact on your business. You know better than anybody where your ideal clients are hanging out. So in order to do this, you need to know who those ideal clients are. You have to know your audience. So number one, ask your question here. Where do they spend most of their time when it comes to social media? I used to be a corporate executive in the medical field. I would not be on Facebook. That's not where those people are hanging out. Where would I be? LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn. Exactly, Karen. I have a client who is a luxury event and wedding planner. Where does her ideal clientele hang out? Pinterest and Instagram. Pinterest and Instagram. Those brides will be pinning boards and getting those crazy bridezillas. You know it. Okay. Where do they like to interact with other brands and other businesses? Many people who come to me, unfortunately, small businesses think, oh, I've got my Facebook business page set up. Listen, Linda, that is never, ever, ever going to serve you. Facebook business pages this day and age are obsolete. They have some nice tools and they have some resources that you can use that a group or a profile don't have. But here's the thing. Facebook is a cash cow. In order to have a good return on investment for a business page, you have to be spending between $500 and $1,000 every single month for ads. Ads. When you see one or two comments on your page, you're doing well. That's all you're going to get. So if your audience is younger, you may want to focus on Instagram and YouTube. They have a strong following among millennials. If your focus is business professionals, LinkedIn is a good place for you to focus. If you're targeting women, believe it or not, I know I talked about the bridezillas, but if you're targeting women, Pinterest is a good place to start, right? Mona, not to call you out, but you're also a crafter. So those people are looking for ways to pin their boards, find those hobbies, and you can link your pins back to a URL. So if you're a crafter and maybe you have an Etsy business, an Etsy page, maybe you're selling product, I've got some really, really great resources coming out for you. For those of you who are going to be attending my Etsy workshop. It's a $27 workshop, and I'm going to teach you the ins and the outs on how to double your sales in 30 days with Etsy. All right. So just think of it this way. You want to be where your audience is. You want to publish most of your content where your audience hangs out the most. After all, you want your audience to interact with your content, okay? If you publish primarily on the platforms where your people are not spending their time, how can they ever engage with your posts? But yet here you are blaming yourself, talking about how you're not good enough, talking about how, this is hard. You're making it hard. I hope I'm getting through. If you don't know where your audience is spending most of their social media time, ask. Just send out an email to your list and ask them to tell you which social platforms they're using the most. I did that. Many of you answered and said, I asked, what do you want to learn most about? Mindset or social media? Where do you spend your time? Facebook, where are you trying to learn? Most people said Instagram. Create a poll on several different of your platforms. So if you're on Instagram, create a poll up in your stories. Believe it or not, just because they're there at that moment on Instagram doesn't mean that's where they spend the majority of their time. They may happen to be there and see it and take that poll and say, oh, I'm over here on Facebook primarily, okay? Do the same thing on Facebook, create a poll, or you have those question stickers in your stories. Ask if you're on TikTok, create a video and just ask people. That is one of the most effective ways to find out where your audience is spending their time. Another great way is just look at the content that you've already posted on social and see what has gotten the biggest response. Do you ever take the time to kind of look back at your stuff and say what's performing well? I know a lot of gurus out there when they teach TikTok, right? They're looking at your views and your responses and the metrics on that particular video. And we go, okay, great. This is the kind of stuff that's resonating with people. These are the kind of hashtags that are resonating with people. So we look at the micro strategy on TikTok, but we don't look at our overall social media strategy like that. So if you're posting on LinkedIn consistently, if you're posting on Pinterest consistently, be tracking your metrics, be looking at how many views and shares and engagement you're getting, not for those vanity numbers, but you're looking for a return on investment for your time. Have you gotten more comments, more likes, more shares on one particular platform? If the answer is yes, maybe that's the platform you want to focus on for a while. Another thing to consider when you're choosing your social media platform is what you're selling. Honestly, depending on the product or service that you're selling, one platform may be better than another. And there's been a lot of changes recently with social selling. Instagram, for example, is opening up massive social selling for 2022. They're putting a lot of emphasis on shopping, so much so that there's now an icon for shopping. If you click on that, you can scroll a thread just for shopping. And it links with like 3 or 4 different social merchants, like what's the big one that everybody uses? Shopify. If you have a Shopify site, you can social sell on Instagram and now TikTok. They want people on their platforms. On the other hand, if you focus primarily on selling services, maybe a platform like Facebook or LinkedIn might work a little better because then you can explain more about what you're selling. You can really get into that PASS, right? The problem, agitate, solution, versus Instagram or TikTok where they can see the actual product, or Etsy is a great one, where they can see the actual product and they decide if they want it or not. Services are a little bit different. And that's why we perform better on Facebook when it comes to that. As you're considering which platform to use, it is essential that you think smaller rather than big. In other words, you don't want to spread yourself too thin across multiple platforms. And I know I've said this several times already, but all too often I see these hungry entrepreneurs, these solopreneurs coming in very excited. And we do object syndrome, where we're like, oh, look at the results that Tina is having over on TikTok. Dang it, I should be over there. No, you're not Tina. You don't have the business Tina has. Stay in your lane. So it really is better to focus on one or two, and that is it, rather than trying to keep up and posting with 10. I had a conversation with a new client yesterday, and I was explaining, you have to master this one. If we try to throw all of those at you at the same time, you're going to lose your mind. That's a promise, because every single platform has their different rules, has different, rules of engagement, strategy for getting seen, for trending, for going viral. And I can teach you all of them, but me and you, we do not have the time as a solopreneur to be effective on all of them. Okay. You're going to get better results if you give 100% of your energy to a couple of platforms rather than maybe 25% of your energy to several different platforms. If you're still not sure what and where, even after you've surveyed your audience, just fall back on Facebook. There's over 2 billion active users on Facebook. I am sure that you can tap into some quality Facebook groups where your target market is spending time, at least some time on that site, right? Tina, I get it. Rick feels the same way. At the end of the day, no matter, what matters most is just not the particular platform where you're going to be spending your time, but just you choosing one and sticking with it. We've said this time and time again, that the indecisiveness is the biggest form of self-abuse. When you're confused, you do nothing. So honestly, it doesn't matter what the platform is, but I'm willing to promise you that whatever the platform is, consistency is always what matters the most. So I want you to pick your platform, and I want you to commit to posting regularly. Who's willing to make that commitment today? 1 or 2 platforms. Good job. Great. Karen's in. Whitefire is in. Mona is in. Good job. Tina, you got it. Number 2, we're going to optimize your social media profile. DMO-A, daily method of action. That's right. Dara is in as well. So if you went to a business's social media page, right, and you saw that they barely had any information about their business, would you want to connect with that business? No, probably not. Exactly. This is why it's essential, right? This is not optional. It's essential that you optimize your profile on whatever platform you're growing. In other words, you want to make your your profile as informative and attractive as possible. You want to pull people in. You don't want to push them away. So my question is, how? How do you optimize it? I'm going to give you some tips. Number 1, we're going to select a professional username. This only applies to other platforms that aren't Facebook. Okay. If you're growing on Pinterest or TikTok or Instagram, those are platforms that allow you to choose a username. You would never choose a username like bitchy mom of 5. No. Maybe female entrepreneur, maybe digital marketing strategist, right? You want your username to be your name or the name of your company. And I'm not talking about a network marketing company. Please do not misconstrue that. My company, as I've said before, I'm a global coach and consultant. I help solopreneurs and small businesses create a personalized digital marketing strategy so that you can make more money in less time by leveraging social. So I might use my business name, which is Life by Design Solutions. I want to brand myself, so I'm going to use things like Kim Ward If I'm on Instagram, it's Mrs. Kim Ward because I couldn't take Kim Ward. So you want to get as close to your name or edify a username that really speaks to what you do and who you are. So if you came across a username like Tulip Girl 997, this is as unprofessional as it comes, right? So you're John Smith. Then your Facebook profile would say facebook.com/John Smith. Much more professional, much more clean. So for Facebook, what I mean by professional is you. We're going to talk about kind of what we call those 5 tribal buckets. I'm not telling you to go set up a business page. I'm talking about on Facebook, you're not going to have a personal profile that's only you, the person, and nobody knows that you have a business or a solution. One of the biggest things that is so highly misconstrued is that you can't build or grow your business from your personal profile. Wrong. Hey, Yolanda. If possible, it's not. If possible, try to keep your username the same across platforms. This is going to help with congruency, brand recognition, and it's going to make it easier for your audience to find you if they don't know who you are on TikTok, or Instagram. They're going to start by searching your name. So it's not always possible. I'm certainly not the same on all of my digital networks, but I've created that virtual spider web where I'm constantly repurposing my content. So as long as my audience is watching, they know how to find me. Use a high quality profile picture if you can. It has to be you. It has to be yourself. Not you and your dog, not your child, not the picture of a lake. It has to be yourself, your beautiful face. The photo is one of the first things that people see when they click that social media profile. So you always want to put your best foot forward when it comes to your profile. Honestly, up until recently, I was putting a filter on every single thing I did so it would look more professional. So obviously, if you need to have a logo designed, there's some great websites. Fiverr and Upwork are great places to start. I have some gurus here that could create a logo for you as well. Just reach out if you need help. Now, you want a compelling about section. I don't want something that's boring. I don't want you to do something because you feel that's the social norm and you have to live up to other people's expectations. Many of you knew when we had the goats, we don't anymore, but I was commonly referred to as the goat mom or the goat gynecologist. And so my about section was very, very funny. That's me naturally. My personality is naturally funny, sarcastic, super type A, no filter. And so that's how my about section is going to, oh, Lil is here. Yep, Christina's the logo queen. Good, see, we've got people in this network, I'm telling you. So really, depending on what platform you're using, again, you're gonna have limited space to write that about section. So in your Facebook bio, you've got 101 characters. Instagram, you can do a strong one-liner or some bulleted format. Just get to the heart of A, your personality, and B, what is differentiating your business and your brand from every other business and brand. Okay, good so far? So what is it that you do that sets you apart from everyone else? That's what you want. You want to highlight, you want to emphasize that. I'm going to tell everyone, I'm going to edify myself that allows you to know when it comes to social media or mindset for solopreneurs and small businesses, the first person you're going to think about is Kim Ward, right? How are you branding yourself? What is setting you apart? Include links to, well, I say your website. What I really want is a landing page. What I really want is you to have a link to a freebie that allows you to generate leads literally around the clock passively. You can link your other social profiles, again, that virtual spider web, so that people know how and where to find you, and any other relevant links. So make your about section as thorough as possible. Okay. Well, awesome, Mona. I'm really glad. I think we talked about this. So your cover photo, when I say professional, I just mean clean. And I will tell you, if you're on Facebook, hi, Michelle, you found us. If you're on Facebook, the cover photo itself, it doesn't have to be professional. It doesn't have to have a quote that screams, I'm a marketer. It can be nature. It can be you in your family. It can be a Canva graphic that you created. It can be, something about your business. Always check and make sure that the cover photo itself is within the lines, because when people use their family's pictures, so many times I'll log on and the way that it looks on your mobile device is not the way that it looks from a computer. So most of the time, probably 9 out of 10, people's heads are cut off. And I'm like, you got to check that. You have to make sure your cover photo looks nice and professional, both from your mobile device as well as your computer. If your business, okay, your business, not your network marketing company, has a slogan or a motto, sure, you can put that on your cover photo, because what we're looking for at that point is for people to click on your cover photo and open it up, and they'll be able to see the description that you wrote. And in that description, you should know, right? You've been around my circle. And if you're new, what I teach is how to make sure that you have kind of a mini story or a mini blog post with those links that take your audience to preferably a lead magnet. All right. So it's just kind of like for the newbie beginners. I didn't expect so many of my hardcore audience to be here, my friends. So obviously social media, like Facebook, you can upload a cover photo or a video instead of a photo. This is pretty cool because they have these templates right inside of Canva. So you can go to Canva and you can just search Facebook cover and it will come up. It will come up. And there's the video options where they have waves or they have things. So it's pretty cool. It looks like a little website once you open it. I've noticed, I'm not sure if it's the system that you're running, but not every video works. So I've downloaded a video from Canva, and when I uploaded it to my Facebook, it did leave it as like a static JPEG image, which I was really bummed because I'm like, damn, I wanted to see that. But there are times, try it out. I don't know what your situation is, but you can try. Enter all of your contact information. Really go through your social profiles and do an audit. One thing that I used to do when I was in the medical field is I would literally walk through my front door and I would put myself in the shoes of the person coming in. Is my waiting room messy? Are there magazines everywhere? Do my employees have their name badges? Are they smiling? Are they wearing their lab coats, right? I would always come in and look from that fresh perspective. I want you to do that with your social platforms. Go look at your profiles. Is it attractive, right? Audit it. Is the picture there, the cover photo? LinkedIn, many people I see are just lacking a cover photo altogether. That's some social media real estate for you. Make sure that you're taking advantage of all of those places so people can get that idea of, do I like you? Do I know you? Do I trust you? Do I want to follow you? And can I contact you? And is your about section filled out? So you're growing a business, right? You're growing a business. You want to make it as easy as possible for potential customers, clients, networking opportunities to be able to reach you. So put anything you're willing to share. Is it your phone number? Is it your email address? Do you have a PO box, right? And you can invite people to message you directly from the platform that you're on as well. So be professional on that platform, especially if you're using LinkedIn. LinkedIn does not like the whole network marketing feel. So as you're optimizing your profile, I want you to think about how you want to represent yourself and your business online. Okay, Mona, I can help you with that. Your social media profile is going to be the first touch point for some potential clients. It is critical that your profile has an inviting, professional, authentic feel about it. If it's not, there's a good chance you're going to repel your people. Step 3, I want you to create a posting schedule. I have one, no joke, every day. I have one. Today, this afternoon, I'm going to be making sure that I've created my pins for Pinterest. And I'm going to have one pin per day. Instagram, if you want a really crazy growth strategy on Instagram, you're going to post once a day. You're going to post a carousel once a day. You're going to post 2 reels a day, one in the AM, one in the PM. And you're going to do at least 15 Instagram stories every day. Now, that's really insane and overwhelming for most solopreneurs and small business owners. So before you even start to post, map out exactly what and when you want to post. And this is what we call content batching. Many times I will sit for an hour on the weekend. Hi, Joni. And I will figure out what theme or topic, AKA tribal bucket, as we call it, do I want to share for each day. So Monday might be mental health. Tuesday might be mom life. Wednesday might be coaching. And then I'm going to take moments because listen, if you're anything like me, when those creative juices are flowing, it's time to go. It's time to flow. So figure out what that calendar looks like for you. Plug in the topics or the themes of what you want to talk about. Write your post out ahead of time. Create your graphic or your image ahead of time. And you can actually store that somewhere, like maybe a Trello board or a Facebook group of your own, anything like that. And then you'll be able to copy it and paste it as your week goes on. I know as a solopreneur, you're busy. I know as a small business owner, you're busy. You don't have time to be plugging in during the day. There's some days I have 6, 7 clients, right? I don't have time to be figuring out in those moments, what am I going to post today? Because I'm mentally dried out. I'm mentally and energetically with my clients. My mind is not thinking, how do I want to market myself this week? That has to be done with a social calendar. So here are some questions that you need to figure out before you create that calendar. Realistically, how often will you post? Is daily too much for you? Depending on your platform. Do you want to post 3 times a week? Consistency is all that matters. So if you choose Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to be your TikTok posting, then make sure you have a video up every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're using Facebook, what I expect to see is 1 quality post per day. And quality can mean several different things. As far as I'm concerned, you have 3 different intentions when you're posting. Number 1, is this post meant to drive value? Is it just a value post? Number 2, is it to create engagement with my audience? Am I here to nourish and cultivate relationships and have that engagement? Or number 3, is it to generate a lead, right? The more clarity you have, the less overwhelmed you're going to feel. As you're mapping out this marketing calendar, what format are you going to use? So that means, am I going to use just images? Am I going to do some video? When I was mapping out my Facebook strategy, I wanted 1 post every single day, 7 days a week. Then I wanted 3 videos, Facebook Lives, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The more of a variety that you use, the more you're going to appeal to a wide range of individuals, right? Karen does Facebook Lives Monday through Friday and a static post on the weekends. Awesome. So you've got some clarity there for your content calendar. I just gave you an Instagram DMO, right? Posts, carousels, and reels. That is really attracting the people who have the likability factor for different kinds of posts. So your business will shape the types of content that you share. So if you're a life coach, you might want to regularly share inspirational quotes, inspirational photos. If you're a health practitioner, obviously daily health tips would be incredibly helpful for your audience. So when it comes to the different types of content you're going to post, just ask yourself, what will add the most value to my audience? You may be thinking, why do I have to map all this out in advance? Why can't I just start posting? So I want you to consider these two reasons why you should be using a social media calendar of some kind. When we first started today, I told you I was going to give you the exact strategy to help you show up bigger and better on social. Number one, it absolutely helps you with being consistent. One of the biggest challenges that we face as business owners and solopreneurs is consistency. Your day gets busy, you're mentally depleted, you don't know what you want to share, you don't know what you want to talk about, so you either do nothing or you throw up a crap post just to fill in that gap and just say, oh, something's better than nothing. Not true. If you're not consistent, you're going to lose the attention of your audience. I just said this to someone the other day. It sucks that it's like this, but on social media, if you're out of sight, you're out of mind. Can you write that down? Out of sight equals out of mind. There are millions of things being posted every single day. If you're not consistent, your audience is going to turn somewhere else. It's just the way it is. So by creating this social media calendar, you're doing the hard work of figuring out what you're going to post up front. You're taking the guesswork out of things. You're ensuring that you won't struggle to figure out what to publish, right? And it makes it much easier for you to be consistent over the long run, since you don't have to constantly figure out what you're going to post. And the reason that we go on 90-day runs is because most of the time, no, probably all of the time, the seeds that you're planting today are going to, be ready for harvest 90 days from now. Honestly, that's the truth. You can ask anybody. If you're using a social media calendar, it kind of forces you to be active on social. So you can't use the excuse of not knowing what to post. You've already laid out what you're going to post, and you need to stick with your schedule if you're going to win new customers. Are we good? All right. So step 4 is to begin posting on social. Once you've created your content calendar, now it's time to begin posting. And this is where the rubber meets the road. It's time to start actually putting out valuable content on social media. If you want to win new clients and satisfy your existing ones, it's important to constantly post about things that will add value to your audience. You're not going to just post just for the hell of it. You're trying to provide your audience with high value information that will help them live their best life possible. So every post that you post should be helpful in some way. Okay. And I know that this is a lot of information and it's kind of vague, but on Facebook, your audience wants to get to know you personally as well as professionally. So you're going to post a plethora of things that are considered value, right? Value is you playing with your kids and showing your lifestyle posts. Your value is showing social proof that you're doing the things you promise you can do for them. All right. On Instagram and TikTok, the value is what can you do for them? The value is here's the tips to grow your life. So the value itself is going to change on different platforms. Your posts should help your audience to either challenge their perspective, right? Get them to think about something in a new way. Get them to take action like they've never taken before. Get them to laugh or smile. This is where you come in, right? If you're funny, be funny. If you're serious and corny, be that. Always be authentic so that you start to so that you start to attract the people who are most like you and you have things in common with, or they're going to learn something valuable, right? I hope this webinar is valuable to you. Again, this all goes back to just knowing your audience. If you know them well, you know what they're going to find most valuable. And if you don't know your audience, you are going to struggle to find things to post that resonates with them. One of my biggest resources is a website called answerthepublic.com. Answerthepublic.com. You can go there and just ask what your audience is looking for, and a huge file will spit back out at you and say, hey, these are what your people are Googling. This is what they're searching the internet for. So you can post inspirational quotes, but take it easy with those. You don't want those to be the primary source of your content. Tips, different tactics, right? I started a new TikTok channel. It's called Digital Marketing _Kim Ward. Go there and check it out. I promise you, you're going to be mind blown with the online marketing tips that I share over on that channel, because all it is tips and tactics and tutorial videos. You can do live videos. I do understand that right now, Facebook Lives aren't getting the amount of traction that you used to get, but they're not dead. Facebook is Mona, TikTok, and me, Digital Marketing _Kim Ward. It's an insanely valuable channel. I'm proud of the content over there. Nothing personal, all tips for you to grow your business online. And of course, pictures that will motivate your audience. So if you're doing something cool that you're kind of teasing your audience, like, would you like to spend more time with your kids? Would you like to travel more? If you're traveling and if you're spending time with your kids, post it. Post it. Show them that you can do what you promise. All right. We've got some health and wellness coach in the house, some coaches in the house, maybe inspirational quotes about being healthy. Joni is here. She's doing a great job at posting recipes. And Dara was here. She teaches people how to be plant-based. So tips and tactics for eating healthier, for eating plant-based, maybe a tutorial video on how to perform a particular exercise, or you making your meal, right? A live video where you're literally answering questions from your audience, like a Q&A, and pictures of people performing challenging exercises. Get them at all avenues. When creating your content calendar and posting on social, ask yourself these questions. Number one, just, is this adding some kind of value to my audience? And we talked about what that meant. You can make someone laugh today. You can challenge their perspective. If your answer is yes, then post it. If your answer is, I'm not sure, or I don't think so, then don't post something just to post it. I want you to experiment with different formats. We agree that formats are video, reels, static posts, different things, right? Different videos, photos, carousels, stuff like that. If you're thinking, I don't have time to constantly be posting, well, the good news is pretty recently, my business opened up a sector of social media management. So what we're able to do is hijack your social media, create your graphics, and post for you, and engage for you, and do hashtag research for you. So we do that so that you can do what you need to do with your income producing tasks, being visible, meeting with your clients, okay? So you can consider something like that. However, if the budget isn't there for you to hire any kind of social media manager, nothing says posting daily is a must. All I said is posting consistently is a must. You don't have to be on every single platform every single day. There are some software programs out there that will help you. Again, if you're content batching, then consistency shouldn't be an issue. I've got a good software called Hello Woofy, and I think I have a link for it. I don't get paid. It's not like a paid affiliate thing, but it gives you, I think, like a free month. Tailwind is another. I know that I have a link for Tailwind, which allows you to post on Instagram and Pinterest. So you can schedule your stuff out and it will automatically post to those platforms for you. So you don't have to do it manually. Keep in mind, you're not only creating your graphics, you're not only posting consistently, but you have to also engage with your followers. And this is one of the add-ons that my company has been offering for Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest specifically, mostly Instagram. The real power of social is to create conversations between you and your followers. Okay. Conversations are the key to getting more clients through social. Whitefire, it was called Hello Woofy. Hello, WOOFY. It's a brand new AI company out of New York. I met with the CEO specifically the other day, and he's asked me to come out to his community and train on social media. And I actually invested in that company because I believe in it so much. Pretty cool. So it's important to regularly and consistently engage with your followers. You need to be responding to comments. What drives me batshit crazy is when I go to your Facebook page and I see comments that have been left there for weeks that you've never, ever given time to respond to. You've got to be answering questions. You've got to be solving problems, and you have to be engaging. Social media is not a one-way street. It is a conversation between you and those who follow you. A conversation involves both speaking, meaning your posts and your videos, and listening, which means responding. If you want to build relationships and you want to gain clients through social, you need to be having conversations and not just publishing content. When I work with clients and they come to me saying, my conversion rates suck, okay, I'm not growing, I can look back at their feed and say, great, all you're doing is posting and just expecting people to fall on your lap. And guess what? You're not having conversations. You're not being bold. You're not properly networking. Mona says, do you do the same with people who react but don't comment? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Trainers and mentors who teach you how to reach out to people just because they like or love one of your posts, I think that's pretty shitty. And I think that's still a layer of spamming. I'll tell you, I will scroll through the news feed and maybe I don't have time to leave a comment. Maybe I don't want to leave a comment, but I still want to support you. I still think it's cool what you're doing. I still want you to know, hey, I'm visible here. I may like or love it, but the one thing that I can't stand is when someone reaches out and like, hey, thanks for supporting my post. And I'm like, you don't have to do that just because I liked or loved it. Organic conversation is so valuable, and make sure it's genuine and not forced. If it feels forced, you're not going to do it. You feel out of alignment with yourself. That's where it starts to feel icky. I have to speed this up because we've got quite a few slides and I've got 10 minutes left. So here we go. One of the things that matters most when it comes to social is you feeling authentic. That's what I was just saying. You don't want to come across as a huge, I don't know, just this person who's always posting on social, but never, ever engaging in conversation, never reciprocating. You want to authentically engage because it is attractive. It will attract new followers and it will turn them into new clients. Another reason to engage with followers is that social media platforms will prioritize your posts with most engagement. So the posts that you're creating that have the most likes, comments, shares, and just overall engagement are going to get shown more frequently than posts with little engagement. This is how you go trending. And that's why I said, don't post more than once a day on Facebook specifically. If your posts are too close together, you create a tug of war with your algorithm, and Facebook will say, hey, I don't know which post you want us to show people. We're going to show them neither. We're going to show them neither. You want your post to get seen by as many people as possible. So you have to be engaging on a regular basis. If you don't have time to engage, reach out. I will let you know what our add-on social media management package looks like. Okay. And Mona, if you have time, she asked if someone's reacting to your post, is it a good idea to go to their page and comment? That's nice, but the busier you are, you're not going to have time for that. So that's why in my group, Creating Confidence for Driven Entrepreneurs, I uploaded a daily method of operation for Facebook that allows you to set a timer. I love my timers, 15 minutes, and you can engage on your news feed for 15 minutes. And that will allow you to give quality, meaningful comments to the post or the accounts that you're seeing within that 15-minute time frame. So these are the things that you must be doing. Okay, we went over that, we killed it. We, take a screenshot if you want to, but this isn't anything you don't already know. Your goal is to create real, meaningful, lasting relationships. Don't talk at your audience, respond, cultivate, create real relationships. Again, take a screenshot. Here are some things you can do just to create conversation. Ask questions, do your polls, do all the stuff we've already talked about. Okay. Whitefire, if it takes longer than 15 minutes, you have to decide, do I have more than 15 minutes to give to this specific task? A lot of people don't. So once that timer goes off, you have to walk away from that task knowing I gave it my all, I was genuine, I was productive, I did as much as I can, and guess what? I can come back tomorrow for another 15 minutes. So do you comment on everyone who thumbs up and hearts? No, I did answer that. Nope, just because they gave you a thumbs up or a heart, that does not warrant any kind of communication whatsoever. You need to be following people as well. Social media is not about just getting people to follow you. It's about following the right people and having conversations with them. So how do we kind of speed up that process? Follow influencers who are in your own industry, right? If you have financial business, look for financial advisors in your industry. If you're a life coach, go follow other life coaches. Health and wellness space, look at practitioners. I taught something pretty cool a few years ago for my clients who were in health and wellness. I sent them to the business pages of Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, and had them really, really engage deeply in all of those comments, because both those big brands, they have such a following that their business pages, those are not obsolete. It's Weight Watchers. People are going to find the Weight Watchers, Facebook page. So if you're in health and wellness, find a brand that has your people. You're going to find happy people and you're going to find very unhappy people. But the more you're networking naturally and organically, they're going to come back to your profile and they're going to see your recipes. They're going to see your value. Join groups. LinkedIn and Facebook have groups. Find groups, engage in the conversation, help other people out, be a resource, right? Join a group that focuses on adding value, not just promoting yourself. As you're following influencers in your industry, take part in the groups. Just note the valuable information that other people are sharing. What sorts of posts are doing well? What sorts of posts are resonating with you? What content is adding the most value? Okay, that's how you're going to be figuring out what kind of stuff to share. What is getting the best response? What's generating the most conversation and getting the most engagement? Don't be afraid to adopt techniques and strategies that are working well for others. Okay, I don't know if I just skipped. So Quora, if you've heard of Quora, Quora, it's a platform that you can show off your expertise without being overly promotional. It lets you speak directly to a person's problems, offer helpful advice and answers, and build relationships online. If you do it right and you add a large amount of value to those on the platform, it will lead to more clients. So take advantage of those platforms that are focused like heavily on answering questions. If you're in the mental health space, Mighty.com is a great platform where you can really, really share your expertise and attract people who are your ideal client. Quora is another one, Quora. Number 7, hashtags. Hashtags are great for every platform. YouTube is now utilizing hashtags. Every platform, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of them. So a hashtag is just a word with the number symbol in front of it. Monday motivation, CrossFit life, chiropractic care, vegan. Those are what hashtags look like for those of you who aren't sure. And basically, it's used as a way of grouping post by a subject. So if you add a hashtag to a post, oh, thanks, Mona. I have my assistant working on a whole PDF for all of you right now, just for attending this webinar. So I have a massive, massive file that I'm going to give you a hashtag helper where you can have hashtags grouped by a category. So if it's mental health, if it's business, if it's mompreneur, solo, I have travel, I have every category you can ever imagine. I do have that coming out for you guys just as a thank you gift for being here today. Yep, thank you, I try. So if you see a post with a hashtag, you can click on the hashtag and it will open up all of the other posts that other people are using with that hashtag. So it creates like a separate thread for that hashtag. We don't really use Twitter too much, but I'll tell you what, highlight the most popular hashtag, giving you a sense of what's trending. You can also follow hashtags, like on Instagram, you can follow a specific hashtag, not a specific account, so that you can see when posts are being made with that given hashtag. That's a pretty cool feature. I love, I can't choose one platform over another. I just love teaching social media, which is funny to me because I never wanted to be known as a social media guru. So the power of hashtags right here, it allows you to get your content in front of a broader audience. So you have more of a chance to be found organically as a potential resource for your people if you're using appropriate hashtags. Don't be an ass and bait people with hashtags that are not relevant to what you're posting. Don't try to use a hashtag that's trending just to get found. Like if you're on TikTok, a lot of those trending hashtags people will use, like the Doritos challenge. When your damn video has nothing to do with the Doritos challenge, you're just tricking people into watching your video. Those those views aren't going to do anything for you. Nothing. They will not convert to long-term followers. They will not convert to clients. So don't use and bait people with hashtags that are completely irrelevant to your post. How do you use them? This is pretty basic, but I really wanted to keep this basic so that even the layman social media user could use this. So typically it works like this. You create a social media post. At the end of the post, you add a hashtag that is somehow related to that post. So if you're a health coach and you're posting a tip about CrossFit, you create your post, and at the end, you would put a hashtag that looks like this. So this is your post. Before you do any CrossFit workout, spend at least 10 minutes getting warmed up and stretched out. Just a little reminder. So you would use hashtag CrossFit, hashtag CrossFit life, hashtag CrossFit workout, okay? You don't want the hashtags to dominate the post, so leave them towards the end of the post. If you're on Instagram, the algorithm has changed, okay? It used to be 20 to 30 hashtags. Now it's only 3 to 5. That should make you breathe a little bit easier, 3 to 5. So I already touched on this. If your hashtags aren't really related to the content of your post, you're going to lose followers. You're going to turn people away. Don't abuse them. Don't abuse them. You can get help with hashtags. As I said, I'm creating a PDF today. I've already done the work. My VA is putting it together for you. I said Tailwind is a great thing that gives you some hashtags that you can use. You can also download some apps. Some you have to pay for, some are free. Just go into your Google Play Store or your iTunes, store and just type in hashtag. You'll find apps that you can get help with. But I think you'll find that the PDF that I've created for you, there's no opt-in, there's nothing for sale. It's just, I'm just giving you the download just as a gift. You're going to really like that. And experiment. This isn't nothing set in stone. You have to experiment with different content, different types of posts, different formats, even different platforms, just to see where you're finding your sweet spot. Okay. It's critical because, as we all know, the social platforms are changing constantly. I'm going to fly through these right here. Consistently test. So if you're not using social media, here we go. The benefits are enormous: attracting new clients, building your brand, establishing yourself as a thought leader, connecting with new audience, create meaningful conversations, connecting with other influencers, so much more. It is not complicated to get started. It is not complicated to build your business. Don't be intimidated, okay? And guess what? There are people who lie in bed at night and cry and pray for a solution. You're that solution for them. But if you're not showing up consistently, if you're not doing everything that we just talked about, they're never going to find you. I have the privilege and the honor of speaking on a summit that's coming up all about social media. I'll be speaking right next to the world's finest leaders: Ray Higdon, Diane Hockman, Lisa Torres. There she is, Kim Ward, right? Guess what? It's $1. $1. So you're going to get 8 days of the social media summit with 17 top industry leaders. That is priceless. That comes with a members only VIP group. That's valued at $9.97. I also support you in my own private Facebook group where we have live monthly coaching and daily digital coaching. I keep that at a very, very low ticket, $27 a month, so that if someone's looking for business coaching, they can come into an affordable climate, really. And then you're going to get 30 days of the My Lead System Pro software and tools for $1. Here's the link: kimwardcoaching.roadmap2rockstar.com. Okay. This is awesome. This is awesome. And I want you in some capacity. Let me see how to stop sharing. Where did I go? Here I go. There I am. So honestly, I hope this was valuable to you. I hope that I was able to challenge your perspective and get you to look at social media very enlightening instead of just another thing to do. What's possible for you now? And if you're not in my Facebook group, you should be. Creating Confidence for Driven Entrepreneurs. As soon as my VA is done professionalizing that PDF, the hashtag helpers for you, I am going to upload that. No charge, no opt-in. It's just my gift because this was my absolute very first webinar that I've ever done. And I want to gift you something for sticking with me for a long ass hour. So I thank you so much. Don't forget kimwardcoaching.roadmap2rockstar.com. And I will see you later. All right. And yes, to my authors, I will see you in about 10 minutes because we are going to be going live